Hello everyone and welcome back to this episode of the Furtadio Experience. Happy Monday as I share with you, yes, my mantra. But this week I'm going to share my mantra, being a servant leader, and who I learned my servant leadership from. Now, I've actually learned from quite a few different people, but I got to spend time with my favorite servant leader yesterday, and that is my dad. My dad is an incredible servant leader, forgive me there, and is always putting others first. And I'm going to share 3 little lessons and insights that I want to share with you all on how you can apply it into your own life, and some things to think about for you as a leader. Number 1 is show don't tell, and you've heard this one before. And he's always put family first, right? And you can talk about family first all you want, but this guy, at least for me in my experience, you probably can count the amount of games that he missed of my playing career on one hand. And I probably played over 1,000 games, to be honest, between basketball, baseball, soccer, football, early on. And the only times he really missed games were when they're like 3 to 5 hours out of town. And obviously sometimes you got work and you're not able to make everything. But he was just consistently there. He was consistently there for my family, for his mom, his dad, my mom's mom, my mom's dad, for my sister, just always showing up. And, he could say, like, hey, I'm here for you, but I actually know he's here because he showed up time and time again. And that obviously, as a servant leader, it's going to take time to build that trust, but you have to show. You can talk a little bit, sure, it's important, but it's more important to show up every single day and be consistent. And the number 2 lesson that I have from him is more of a business lesson, something from the outside in, is treat people well. So he treats people really, really well. He has a small construction business in California where it's not the easiest place to do business. So it's really easy. He's got a lot on his plate between regulations and development and everything in between. But his employees love him, and every time I connect and talk to someone that's worked for him, they have nothing but kind words to say, and they're not just blowing smoke up my what because I'm his son. They actually truly, you can tell when people are being genuine about it, because he actually really does care, and he wants the best for all of his employees. He gives them the flexibility, the autonomy, and sometimes maybe he thinks he's giving them too much flexibility. But I really do believe part of that autonomy that he grants his employees is one of the reasons that they love him so much, and that he has so many workers that have worked for him for 20 plus years. And especially in a time where there's so much turnover, his consistency and his loyalty is shown. He shows his loyalty to his employees, and his employees definitely reciprocate it back. So he treats people really, really well, and that's something that I want to practice as I dabble in the waters of entrepreneurship and business and coaching, even whether it's sports coaching, business coaching, whatever it may be. And then the last life lesson, and the last lesson as a servant leadership, and obviously there are more lessons, but these are 3 bite-sized ones I want to share with you all, is always giving back. Whether, I talked about family, and he definitely, like, everything he does, like, gave back to the family, put me and my sister through college, and we don't have to go through college debt, which we are both incredibly lucky and privileged to have. We had the experiences. We were never really told no growing up, and that's something that I'm so lucky for, because he everything was for me and Jenna, and always wanted to give back, but he also gives back to the community. He was always involved in the school boards. He coached my little league teams when I was younger, and as soon as the ball started to get a little bit more advanced, he kind of took a step back. But again, always giving back. He was on the little league board. He was on the school board, and he donates to local boys and girls clubs and all the other local nonprofits, and he's at all the events, and he doesn't do it. Now this is the most important thing, because a lot of people do give back, but it's they want to give back for their name. It's like, oh, I want to be legacy, like I want to have this, that, I want people to think I'm a good person. He doesn't do anything for any recognition. Incredible humility, and this might be honestly people's favorite trait about him, because he's a great businessman, and I really don't think I've ever seen him like crave an award show, or really, again, ask for that recognition. He just does it because, number one, it's the right thing to do, but he's just always giving back. So that's something that I will try and embody as a servant leader myself. So I hope you learned a little bit from my experience from learning from my dad. He's a great resource, great mentor, great father, and I love him very much. And I got a chance to go to watch the Rams beat the Buccaneers yesterday, and he's a Rams fan, so that was a lot of fun. It's always great spending time with quality people, because we only have one shot at this life and this experience, and it's really important to make sure that we're spending time with the people that are most important to us, and doing fun things. So thank you all for listening. Sending you all a lot of love this Monday. And again, if you got something out of this, I would love if you could share it with a friend, share it with an enemy. And this is how we get the podcast to grow, about how we can help people become more engaged, more conscious, and more fulfilled in their lives as leaders, that they can give back and make the biggest possible impact on humanity.